This is Jake Pazicki with an ACT Science data interpretation question. Now this question is asking us to look at the temperature and rainfall between 1900 and 1980 and see if there has been a change in either of those or both of those or neither of those two things. Now if we're looking at our problem, the first thing we have to do is make sure that we understand the diagrams and the table that we're looking at. This diagram is showing the rainfall patterns in 1900. This map of the United States, and this map of the United States is showing the rainfall patterns in 1980. And you can interpret those patterns based on these keys you see here on the bottom right-hand corner. The average rainfall, the dark areas getting 60 inches, the patchy areas getting 40 inches, the white areas getting 30 inches on average, and the striped regions getting 0 to 20 regions on average of rainfall. And so that the key applies to both these maps, and you can see the changes across the two maps. This table 1 also then just shows the average temperature for each of these years from in 20-year intervals from 1900 to 1980 in the Northeast, the Midwest, and Alaska. So as we always do with these questions, we're going to go through the answer choices one by one and see what makes sense. So answer choice A is a change in temperature only. If we look at table 1, we can see that there is indeed a change in temperature from 1900 to 1980. For example, the Northeast has temperature of 52.5 degrees Fahrenheit in 1900 and 55.3 in 1980. The Midwest also changes from 61.2 to 67.2, and Alaska changes from 23.5 to 19.9. So we can verify that the temperature does change. However, we have to make sure that the temperature changes only. This answer choice suggests that the rainfall does not change. And if we look here at this diagram, figure 1, we can see that the rainfall patterns also change. This area of drought from 0 to 20 inches of rain has actually spread from this small region here to moving a little bit northwest here towards San Francisco. We can see that this region of 40 inches of rain has actually increased all the way across the middle of the country here as opposed to the small sliver here. And we can see that there's actually increased rain from 30 to 40 inches here on the East Coast as well. That wasn't here in 1900. So we see that both rain and temperature have changed. So this answer cannot be correct. Similarly, this answer cannot be correct because we see that the temperature also changed from table 1. Answer C, looking good, a change in rainfall and temperature. And we can eliminate no changes in rainfall or temperature because we solved both of those changes here in the question, and the tables and the diagram. So that's your answer, answer C.